Welcome. This is G with All Astrology. Today is December 15th, 2019, and I'm going to talk about Mercury. Mercury. No one's talking about Mercury, and I don't understand why. Mercury is how we think, how we communicate, how we talk to one another, how we talk to ourselves. We all have this little self-talk thing that goes on in our head. Mercury is vital. If we don't have Mercury, our logic and rationale and being practical go all right out the window. Mercury is how we communicate, how we do business. Mercury is important. Why does Mercury matter right now? Why am I concerned, and why is no one talking about Mercury? I don't care why they're not talking about it, but all I know is I'm going to talk about and tell you why I think we should be talking about Mercury. I've been getting a lot of text messages, a lot of comments, I should say. I've been getting phone calls. I've been getting people who I'll just happen upon a conversation and they're reaching out and saying, hey, some disturbing stuff has recently occurred and I can't figure it out. What's going on right now? There's communication problem. Now, Mercury and the Sun are close together right now. They're both in Sagittarius. They're not even 20 degrees. And there's an old school thought when the Sun is close to a planet that the Sun overpowers its rays. Now, the Sun is a wonderful thing. It's vitality, it's strength, it's our heart energy, it's life. The Sun is our will. However, if it blocks your thinking and your communication, so it's one thing to have the will, right? The desire, the okay, I want to do this. But if you don't know how to first be able to think about it and put the steps together in your brain, right? Logically, rationally, then you can't share, you can't communicate how the hell to take the next steps or what to do next because it's being blocked by the Sun. Now, let's add to the fact that Mercury, because it's in Sagittarius, is setting up squared by Neptune right now. Now, Neptune is a beneficial planet, folks. Neptune is a beautiful thing. Neptune is divine love. Okay, but Neptune's job is to cloud things. Okay, Neptune's job is to say, oh, but look, it throws clouds around things. You know, it makes the waters a little bit murky and unclear, so that what's actually there, you can't really see all the things. You don't get to see all the details. That's Mercury. Details, details, details. I like details. I like to keep them organized. I keep all of this over here. I keep all of this over here. That's Mercury. But if Neptune comes in and spreads its little, we can call it pixie dust. Pixie dust. I'm seeing like a little pixie floating around here. And the pixie dust, it's thick. It's kind of murky, right? So it's literally a cloud. It's a veil. And so we can't see all the details, right? What I'm saying with all of this is that for the rest of this month of December, understand that whatever information you're getting right now, whatever kind of communication that's happening right now, it's a very good possibility you're not seeing the whole picture. It's a very good possibility whoever you're relating with doesn't have all the facts. It's a very good possibility that there's miscommunications going on, and that will go on as this tightens up. It's not even tight yet. Right now, Mercury's at 953 and Neptune is at 1602. So why does that matter? Well, as it tightens, it becomes stronger. The square, the tension becomes stronger. They're like 6-7 degrees apart. So as Mercury starts trucking along further and gets closer, goes up in degrees, it's going to tighten up. And then you're going to see more of this, hey, that doesn't make sense. Someone's going to say something and you're going to be like, So what you want to do for yourself is find out where is Sagittarius in your chart. Okay, where is 16 degrees of Sagittarius in your chart? Because that's where Neptune is in Pisces. Now, if you know anything about astrology, Pisces at 16 and Mercury at 16 is an exact square then. Mercury at 16 in Sag. So that square is going to tighten up. I don't know if I said this already. I'm G, and this is All Astrology. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you want to know something about astrology, if you want some insight on your life, you can get a free reading. We offer a one-time high-quality report for each subscriber. It is a gift, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure how long we're going to do it for. I just know that right now we're doing it. People are loving it. I like engaging with the people, love being able to help people. That's the goal of this channel. The bottom line goal is you to help yourself. So if you can learn to do this for yourself, you don't have to go to anybody and say, hey, can you teach me about this? Or can you tell me what this means? Now, I get it. Astrology takes a long time to learn. So therefore, right, we are all in this together, right? I'm learning as I'm speaking, folks. There's no, oh, she knows it all. Oh, no, I don't claim that. Right now, I'm learning that I can't find my own, hello, where's my stuff? So yeah, all you gotta do, if you want a reading, is keep listening. I'm about to mention that in a minute. I'm going to tell you how to go about that because it's a high quality report. It is not a computer generated report, first of all. I actually have done those before, like being in your position where I thought, oh, they're giving something away for free. Well, how bad could it be? It's free. And then you go ahead and you put your shit in and it comes back and it's some computer generated spit out. And you're like, oh my God, great. Like, thanks. You know, it's not comprehensive. It's not intuitive, not by any means. And it's lacking. And so that's not, don't want to be that. And I'm not offering that. I am offering intellect, intuition, and wisdom. I know that was kind of bold to say that, but that's what this is. You get it all. And it's a one-time gift. So all you gotta do is comment your birth info down below. That's simple. If I have questions, I will get in touch with you by the comment bar. So that's why tapping the bell is the best way. Otherwise, sometimes I have to get more information. All right. And I'm just keeping it real. Just telling you is your best way to go about getting free reading. Let's get back to me telling you about miscommunications. Possible miscommunications. Because the truth is, depending upon other things in your chart, this may not be a huge deal for you. This is going to be a big deal for me. I can tell you this right off the top because I've got Neptune sitting right on my natal moon. I have a 17-degree Pisces moon. Neptune is going to be sitting right on it. So I automatically will have Mercury squaring my Neptune. Great. Okay, and I know what houses those are in for me. For me, it's in my 7th house and my 11th house. My 7th house is my significant one-on-one relationships, and my 11th house is my friends, my groups. It's here. It's the internet. It's this place right here. And I think I already got a taste of it. Did somebody's chart, and I had I didn't have the wrong birth time, but I read it as an AM birth as opposed to a PM birth. That's a miscommunication, right? I read it and then I typed out the other thing. I did the opposite. And so I had to do that chart like 4 times. Lesson learned, triple, quadruple check my shit, especially when I've got Mercury squaring this. Give out dates now that I've rambled on for when this is going to be the tightest, when it's going to be the most noticeable time in your life. Keep also in mind, that's the thing about astrology. Keep in mind the holistic part of astrology, which is understanding everything that's going on in our life during December, folks. It's the crazy season. It's Christmas time. And for those that don't celebrate Christmas, then you're dealing with those that do celebrate Christmas. It's the extended hours for people who have to work with the public, right? You're working harder and longer. It's more wear and tear on the body. Anyway, I don't mean for this to be a downer. Our thinking, right, isn't on 10 right now. Our clarity of thinking, the concise, and our logic and rationale isn't highly developed, isn't highly operating at this time. It's probably one of the lower points. Okay, it's when the veil's actually thinner too during this time. And so what we experience is more information from the other side coming through. And that's what happens when you have Mercury squaring Pisces or squaring Neptune. It's divine information coming through, but it does make it more challenging if you have to do things that require your analytical side of your mind. Great time to be all in the, let's watch movies and let's connect to source. Okay, it's a great time for that. It's a wonderful time for that, but not so much planning and plotting and being meticulous in details, okay? So that's going to be like, gosh, folks, I think that's for the rest of this month because it's Neptune. The tightest is going to be around the 21st of December. Be careful how you're spending. Around December 20th, December 21st, we have an exact square between Neptune and Mercury, okay? So figuring out where Neptune is in your chart and where Sagittarius is in your chart will tell you what areas of your life are squaring up and where you're going to find these challenges at. Now, the other thing I'm going to actually dip into here is talking about the eclipse. The eclipse is on the 25th or the 26th, depending upon where in the world you live. It is 4 degrees Capricorn. Find out where Capricorn is in your chart. If you don't know, comment your stuff below. All you got to do. I can look up very quickly for you, at least knowing what area of your life it's going to happen in. Helps. It's going to be a big deal even if you don't have a planet there. And I say this because, first of all, it's going to be conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be along with the sun and with the moon, okay? So it's at 4 degrees Capricorn. So what area of your life is that happening in? Jupiter adds to things. So this could be super beneficial for the earth signs. I know I've done some videos on this already, but if you have any planets, okay, that are in Virgo or Taurus, the other earth signs, and if they're at like 3, 4, and 5 degrees, this will be adding a beautiful ease to your life right now at this time. Okay, and that sounds nice. Christmas Day, getting an ease. It also sounds pretty typical. Well, yeah, I got a gift on Christmas Day. Whoop-de-doo, don't we always? But no, we don't always have this setup, folks. This is pretty rare, actually. This is we're in some very interesting times. It's the best I can put it. Because this is rare, just so you understand, because we have Pluto, we have Saturn, we have Ceres, who rules grains, our food, our agriculture, Jupiter, the sun, and the moon all in Capricorn. That's 6. And Venus will have just left there, which would have been like 7, right? So it's a mega stellium of planets in Capricorn. And Capricorn is our work, okay? Capricorn is our structured world, all right? It is our business. Capricorn is big business, big business. It's not the little mom and pop places, it's the big business, okay? Because it's very structured, and Capricorn is that goat that climbs, okay? It's the goat that ascends, and so it goes higher and higher and higher, and so we relate it to big structures. We relate it to typical social structures, like religion, okay? Government. And boy, have we been observing a lot of stuff between religion and government going through, well, some hellish times, put it bluntly, where regardless of what side you're on or what belief you have, it's like, what the hell, man? This shit doesn't make sense. Something's got to change, right? Things just they don't work anymore. This shit's broken. The shit is broken, right? I mean, so find out where this is in your chart, okay? And this will help you to understand some of the things that could possibly happen. Because remember, you've got free will, all right? I also want to point out for folks that are either, I'll just say it, if you have a moon, right, or a sun in those earth signs I've mentioned, Taurus or Virgo, at the lower degrees, right, the 3, 4, and 5. So if you have a moon or a sun or your ascendant, you're going to get a benefit. Now, if you are a Aries or Libra, if you have any planets or points in those low degrees, this is going to square you. Aries at 3, 4, or 5. Now, that also includes Libra at 3, 4, and 5. So if you have a moon or a sun at 3, 4, and 5 in either Aries or Libra, this eclipse is not going to feel good. It is going to be challenging. It's going to add stress. Depending upon if you have anything else going on there, okay, gives you the indicator of how big it's going to be, how much of an effect it's going to be on you. Is it just going to be a one-day thing? Because it's the moon squaring something, right? But because Jupiter will be part of the moon, it kind of blows it up to be bigger than it really is. Remember, Jupiter has a tendency to exaggerate. So whatever you do, okay, especially if you have an Aries sun or moon at those lower degrees, or your ascendant, just remember, because Aries tend to be impulsive, remember to just don't fly off the handle, to just step back and observe, keep yourself calm, and don't react, all right? Because that's typically what happens when Jupiter is involved, because it blows things up. It makes them bigger than they actually are. Jupiter tends to exaggerate, all right? Now, also, on the flip side of that, Jupiter also then tends to protect us in a sense. Jupiter tends to be beneficial. So whatever this would be, the moon squaring you, and this could be the Libras, like I said as well, at 3, 4, 5. If the moon is squaring you, and it's Libras, so relationships, right? And Aries is self, me, right? It can add a benefit. It can add an ease. So the sting isn't so hard. It could be in some way more beneficial, even though it adds to things. It can also at the same time make it be less, less horrible. Does that make any sense? I also want everyone to keep in mind at this time, we will have the transiting Mars in Scorpio. It is going to be at 24:21 on this day, okay? 24:21. So if you are an Aquarius, or if you are a Leo, with a planet such as the sun or the moon or your ascendant at 24 degrees, this would be a negative factor because it would add to an additional stress in your life at this time. And this is on the eclipse for Leos and Aquariuses. 3 to 4 years of their life, things have been turned upside down. People have had to move. Relationships have ended. Friendships have ended. Things about themselves, could be health, but other things about themselves have been through a deep transformation. Things have just changed. And as human beings, we are creatures of habit, man. We like shit to stay the same. We like to know we can rely on something. And so eclipses tend to mess with us in that way because they change our life. They change the way it looks. They change where we live. They change where we work. They change who we are at our core level. But it's for the good. And then normally it's hard to see that while we're going through it. We don't see it until years later and we're like, God, I'm so glad that happened. It sucked while it was happening, but look, I'm actually happier and I'm doing what I want to do type of thing, you know? So this gives me a heavy heart to send this warning out to people who have a sun, moon, or ascendant at 24 degrees, which means 24, 25, or 26 degrees. We give a 2 degrees orb for Mars. So if you have Leo, sun, moon, or rising at 24, 25, or 26 degrees, or Aquarian energy, 24, 25, 26 degrees. December 26th could be a heavy day for you. All right, so with that, I'm ending it here. Hope this helps. Bye.